Um, I went for a walk that was about 2 hours long, and it was glorious. It was amazing to get away from my computer, to not worry about my emails, my messages. I had my phone. I went a little bit of Munzie hunting, treasure hunts. It's kind of like geocaching, and it was great. I deployed some, I found some, I earned a badge. I didn't have to think about it. I just went out and had a walk. And I kept on walking, and it felt great. My legs are feeling it today. I haven't eaten yet, so my husband's off today, and he gets to feed me. So there's that. And I just sat down at my desk, and my friend Nita is all of a sudden like, "You got to vlog. You got to vlog." I'm like, "Fine, I'll get it done." Normally, I do that. I will roll out of bed. I will go for my walk. I'll come back. I'll vlog, and then get on with my day. And it's just a little topsy turvy today, and I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly fine with that because I'm just kind of taking my day. Um, Hey, there's Carl. Carl on Facebook. Good to catch you live. Glad to have you here. I wonder why your name's not. I thought you were a member of HAPS. I don't know why your name's not showing up, unless you are a different Carl, which is a possibility. And Nita is here tuning into the live stream as well. Okay, so um, Nita, my friend Nita. I think we're trying to kill each other. Actually, it's kind of funny in a way, in a sick way. What we did was we were kind of goofing off in the middle of the night. One night we were watching terrible movies and live streaming stuff and just talking, and I don't know what the heck we were talking about. As far as how did it even happen? We were talking about a chili pepper eating contest, and then she ramped it up, I think, and said Carolina Reapers, and I've done Carolina Reapers before. Okay, I have a video that claims exactly how stupid I am, and I'm willing to do it again. And it's the Cajun versus the Asian, and that'll be a sight to behold. So I don't know if we're just going to challenge each other to eat one each. It's like a Carolina pepper, a ghost pepper, a scorpion pepper. I think she found these things, and I'm like, oh, you bitch. I was slow walking, like finding somebody who actually knows uh, who grows them. And Nita says she's going to own me, but we shall see. We haven't put the rules down as far as like who determines the winner. I think at the end of the day, we're both going to be like really stupid and probably have a power clean, catastrophic anal failure for the next couple of days because I know the last time I did the peppers, I was pretty cleaned out for a couple of days because I also ate ice cream, and I suspect that I'm a little bit um, what's the word? Shoot, I can't even think. um, yeah, I'm not supposed to eat or drink milk products. What the hell is it? Oh, I can't even think. Anyway, yeah, really excited about that. Woo! Already killing brain cells. So you are picking up bad habits from your men getting competitive. I have always been competitive. I think she has been too, because I said the other day that I only need to eat one more than her and I win. And she's like, "Oh, it's on," and I'm like, "Oh shit!" So that could be a problem. Lactose intolerant. Thank you. I don't know why that escaped me. Lactose intolerant. Eating a half a gallon of ice cream. Not good. Not good. So it might have been a combination of the peppers plus the ice cream that did me, and it was about 3 days. Strangely enough, after I did it, I craved peppers for about a month. I wanted peppers on everything. So it's ridiculous. So what is going on with me is I have a campaign on Kickstarter. It is, let me check here. I think it was just over 40 hours left on it. 40 hours to go. 60 backers. You guys are amazing. This is the Compendium of Dread. It's an anthology of dark fiction. It's prose. It is not comic books. However, I have the world of prose and I have the world of comic books, and in a way, this is kind of that bridge that's going to marry them a little bit. And the reason why is because I've got quite a few stories in here that are in various stages of being scripted out. One of them has artwork, 8 pages that are done and being lettered right now. I'm trying to do the lettering, and I find the process really fun and challenging, and it kind of ticks off all the things that I strive to do creatively as far as pushing myself. So it is a challenge, and the more I look at it, the more I know that I have to tweak, and it's nowhere near perfect, but I'm really happy with the progress that I'm doing. That I've got on it so far, and I cannot wait to show you what those look like. Those pages are in the planning stages of being uh, in the continuum, which is through Terraform Comics. So if you are at all interested, if you are creative, if you love to draw, if you love to write, if you want to know the process, the whole thing that we're doing with the continuum is amazing because we are putting these people together, and through these organic conversations, figuring out what to do, expanding our circles, and writing and creating things together. That's exactly how C. Michael and I started working on this story, which is going to be in the first continuum. So I do have a story in there. It doesn't have to be the dying. Um, and I am really excited about that. Nita, thank you for sharing my link. It is the Compendium of Dread, the an anthology of dark fiction, and that is up on Kickstarter right now with 40 hours to go. I have got to write up a, uh, a, a God, my language today is completely gone. So I went for the walk to think, and I think I used up all the brain cells. Updates. Yeah, so I've got to write another update, and I am going through my old messages and other things to see who else I can include on there. There are a lot of people who are getting ready to launch, so they're looking for people who can hit the notify me button, and so I want to include a link back to them. I know Luke Stone's got something on Indiegogo. Pretty sure that's okay to put on Kickstarter. I don't know if that's a big deal. Um, what else is going on? Uh, so I've been the family taxi for a while, and that is going to continue, and that's okay too. We are also building up the Geek Insider Geek Speak YouTube channel, so we've got 7 subscribers. I'm pretty happy about that. I'd like to see that grow to 25. That's a milestone for the end of the week, if not more. And I am uploading our kind of rebranded Geek Speak episodes. Anybody who has watched our show over the past year, I mean, we've had guests like Jordana Brewster from The Fast and the Furious, and I don't know why her video and that interview doesn't have like thousands of views. That's mystifying for me. We had Kat Solon, who is the director of The Shivering Truth. So if you are an Adult Swim fan, that is over there. We've had a talk with some comic creators, a lot of comic creators. And again, as I'm uploading these videos and trying to put the Geek Speak brand on it, it would be nice to have people who come in and let me know what you think about these interviews, and maybe put together kind of a wish list. I mean, I have my list of people that I want to get. I mean, it's like the ultimate get list, and but a lot of them are still, we are independent creators. That's what Geek Speak loves. I mean, Geek Insider, we love independent creators of all kinds, from blockchain developers to uh, podcasters, comic book creators, movie writers and directors, artists. Uh, so we don't have a limit as far as what flavor of entertainment it is. We've had musicians as well. Um, it is whatever you can geek out about. That's Geek Insider, and of course we have a really we've developed a really important to me relationship with the Comic Book Advocates Network, because it's one thing for Geek Insider to cover all of those things as far as entertainment and news and tech and stuff like that, but there's so much more um, that falls by the wayside. It isn't done well. Comic books was one of them. As much as we want to cover comic books, uh, just the amount of staff that we don't have to cover it well, it made sense to invite the Comic Book Advocate Network to be the arm of Geek Insider. So I mean that's really cool, and we've had so many panels and um, online events. We've had amazing guests that are in that orbit of comic books, and it's really kind of cool. So the other thing that I've been working on is shedding the comic noob persona. I didn't really carry it that long. My goal when I started was back in, I can't remember if it was March or May of 2020, and I said I'm going to give myself a year to create a comic book. And in fact, I'm creating one. I don't have a complete one. However, I do have a comic book credit thanks to Luke Stone. It was in the Hybrids Sons of Gods and not anthology, trade paperback. So I've got 2 pages in that, my very first comic credit, and then this happening with C. Michael to get a story into the first continuum. I've got a story that I pitched over to Randy Zimmerman for Arrow. I've got several other stories that I have scripted out that need art. So one of the things and that's really the primary reason for my Kickstarter. I'm going to throw that up there. Um, Let me see where my notifiers are. Let me add that, push that to the program. So with 40 hours left of the campaign, basically after I've delivered on the books, and the PDFs will not be going out immediately uh, after the Kickstarter is over. I believe that there's a waiting time for Kickstarter to process all the payments and stuff like that. And the PDF normally, I guess if it was a comic book, it would go out. However, I have a tier in there because this is prose where I am writing um, up to 5 new stories that are going into it. Plus, I'm adding the sketches from the dying, so you get a sneak peek of that in the printed and the PDF version, and kind of a tease into volume 2, which is going to happen. But my hope with that is that it will have more than my name on it. So, anybody who's tuning in for the first time who doesn't know the story about the Compendium of Dread, I started writing these stories as writing prompts and challenges over on Steemit. Steemit is a blockchain based kind of social media blogging platform. And I started there. I was one of the early adopters, uh, and we had a great community. And the community of writers is amazing. I'm still in touch with many of them who have migrated off to other platforms. But we started on Steemit. And I kept on hearing from people saying, hey, I would love to get something published. I want to get something published. It's a dream of mine, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, hey, we're already doing these writing prompts. Why don't we collect them all? We'll, here's an image. And that's the really cool thing. You could take one image with 50 people and have 50 different stories. And that's something that I will continue to do once I have a little bit more time. More time. Um, So we take those, and I said, just send me your story, make it flash fiction. So pretty much anything under 10,000. And for me, flash fiction is more like 5,000 and under, but it could be up to 10,000 words and still could be considered a short story. And let's put our stories together. I can edit, and we will get that published. And I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and nobody sent me their stories. And I don't know why. I don't know why they didn't, because their mouth was saying that they wanted to be published, but their action said, no, I'm not ready. And I had to be okay with that. But in the meantime, I was waiting to publish my stories because I am ready. And so I waited again. And I said, finally, screw it. If I ever want this done, I'm going to have to do it myself. And I didn't want to, but I waited long enough. So that's what I did. I collected all of my stories. I kind of picked up my ball and I went home and I expanded on them. I hopefully improved on them and put them in a book, and I put them up on Kickstarter. Now, why did I put it on Kickstarter? I could have easily put them on Amazon, and that is the intention when this Kickstarter is over and those new stories are added. It's going to go up on Amazon, so it will be available on Kindle and the paperback. But the Kickstarter, again, was to help marry the world of prose into comic books. The extra money is going towards paying artists because artists, um, you can love their work, but at the end of the day, they need to make money too. And so um, I am throwing work at some artists whose visions, whose style speak to the words that I'm writing and scripting out. And I'm not asking for free work. I want to pay them because that's how it works. And at the end of the day, their art will hopefully be merged with my story, put into a book and something that I can sell, and have a collection or a library of work that I can go to a convention with or sell on my website. So, I mean, it's a means to a way, and it just seemed like the easiest thing for me to do to get a product up there and say, hey, this is coming. So it's a way to also market the book and put that out there. Let me see what we have here. Uh, Facebook user, I don't know if that's still Carl, but it says it's not a good sign when people say they want in to a project then don't produce. And that does suck. I don't know why people do that. But this is something that I told Nita a while ago, and I say it often enough to people. I can't want something more than you want it. If you say you want something and I am available to help, I will be there. I am all in and I will put the time in. But if it's what your mouth is saying and your actions are saying something else, then I can't make you do anything. I can only control my own actions. And so the reaction to that is okay, I need to walk away. And then when you're ready, maybe at that point I'll have time to help, but if you've got opportunity, why aren't you seizing it? Um, and I know it sounds a little bit off topic, but when people say to organize yourself and to declutter, uh, like for example, cleaning up your desk, you don't want to pick the same piece of paper or the same notebook up over and over and over again. Pick it up once, put it in its home, and leave it alone. um, you know, because by just going like this, it's like, okay, well, this doesn't belong here. Let me just put it here for now. And then later you're like, okay, now that's in the way. Let me put it up here. And it's that whole hamster wheel effect. You're moving, you're moving, you're moving, and you're running your little legs off and going absolutely nowhere. All right. Pick your direction, find that goal, set it, do it, and then move on. Um, Waiting for other people is really hard. Uh, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing, but set those deadlines. Set those deadlines and stick with it. And if nobody else follows through, do it yourself. Keep chasing your dream because you cannot wait for anybody else. You don't know how much time you have left on the planet, is the bottom line. And don't leave it with regret or wondering what if. Just do it. Take those opportunities. And if you're going to say it and share it, then do it. Be a person of your word. It's that hard and really that easy. So that's it. Those are my Tuesday thoughts. I hope you head over to Kickstarter. You can do a search for me, MEREJ99, over at Kickstarter, and you will see that there. It would be amazing. Like it would totally blow my mind if, because I'm at 60 backers right now, if we had 40 more and reached 100. Wouldn't that be crazy? 40 hours to go. I've got an update to write and send that out this evening. So be looking for that in your inbox. And if you have a crowd fund that needs a little love, I'm doing that update. Send it to me in the next couple hours. I'm gonna have that scheduled for 8 p.m. Eastern time this evening. So we've got about 5 hours to gather some people who need some love, and let's get this thing done. I will talk to you guys later. Um, and we will see you really soon. Take care.